Tana Mongeau is calling out Alissa Violet. Over the weekend, Alissa Violet had posted a video where she was addressing the drama between her, Tana Mongeau, and Brooke Schofield. In her video, she accused Tana and Brooke of lying, and now Tana is calling Alissa a liar. She's gone on Twitter to tweet out some of her thoughts on what Alissa has had to say, and FaZe Banks is even coming out to talk about the situation since he was somewhat mentioned in Alissa's video. The whole thing is just such a mess. Everyone is calling each other a liar, but we are going to get into everything that has been said. To sum up how we got here, last month, Tana Mongeau shaded Jason Nash. Alissa then came to his defense and called Tana out for making fun of how he makes money online. She was also upset that Tana, Brooke, and Tana's assistant Paige told a story on the podcast not too long before this that didn't make Tessa Brooks look very good. And Alissa, being Tessa's friend, just had enough of Tana and the things that she talks about on her podcast with Brooke and that time Paige. Tana and Brooke came out with a podcast following Alissa calling Tana out, where they went off on her, calling her the meanest girl in LA. Tana wrote a whole poem for Alissa that wasn't a nice poem. Tana felt that Alissa had shamed her for doing OnlyFans and called her out for the fact that Alissa had begged her at one point to do OnlyFans, so she looked pretty hypocritical in the situation. But in Alissa's response to them, posted this past weekend, she was turning the tables around, trying to make Tana and Brooke seem like the liars. She shared screenshots of Tana begging Alissa to do OnlyFans, and she also called out Tana for having been with two of her exes. And this is where things get really messy, because FaZe Banks actually came out to comment on the situation, which led Tana to comment on the situation just because of this one part where Alissa was talking about how Tana had been with her exes.
Tana, I didn't realize that you had such a problem with me. We've always been cordial. I've never said anything bad about you to this day. I could have said something when you hooked up with my ex, when you tried to continue to hook up with my ex after we broke up, when you married my other ex on camera after I came out about my abuse with him. So I've stayed fine with you throughout all that, so I'm confused where all this is coming from. To be clear, I don't have a problem with you when I could have for a very long time.
On Twitter, FaZe responded to the situation writing, "Tana is literal family and Alissa is my ex-wife. Love them both to death. However, it would feel wrong to not speak on the recent drama. I saw firsthand exactly what Liz described life to be like in LA during this time. She makes valid points. Literally, there are random LA girls who I've slept with making TikToks about how Alissa was rude to them. Like, no, I'm not proud of any of it. Alissa and I are and have been in a great place for years. She's definitely not perfect, none of us are, but she takes accountability for that here. Valid response to the mean girl narrative, proud of her." Tana then quote tweeted what FaZe Banks said and said, "I got with Banks before he even knew Alissa's name, and that's 1 out of 100 of her lies. Done laughing at her, XO." And she included a screenshot of her text messages with Banks where he is saying, "But you can respond to that tweet if you think it's important to clarify we hooked up first, because that is true and I can confirm." People then replied to Tana writing, "Everyone knows this already. Who hooked up with who first was not the point." To which Tana said, "Her lying on my name was the point." But most people in the replies wanted Tana to talk about the text messages and the DMs between her and Alissa, where Tana was seen begging Alissa to do OnlyFans, which I'm gonna be honest, you guys, some people are calling Tana a pimp right now because of the fact that she was asking Alissa to make an OnlyFans, because Tana has this company where she runs people's OnlyFans, and obviously she very much wanted Alissa to be in on this. But in her podcast with Brooke, where they talked about Alissa, she was saying that Alissa had come to her asking about OnlyFans, making no mention of having previously brought it up to Alissa.
She goes to talk about how I sell my butthole on OnlyFans. First of all, I never have. Second of all, I'm gonna now out of spite.
But isn't that how a lot of people are making an honest living and how they're supporting their children? F you. Stupid idiot.
Do you know how many times I've been out with Alissa Violet and she's asked me if she should start an OnlyFans, if I can help her because she has no money? And then you're gonna come online and shame me?
That's what I heard.
So in Alissa's video, she's showing text messages and DMs where Tana is saying, "Start an OnlyFans, we're begging." She says, "Never." She said, "I knew it, damn it, had to try." Tana is in her text messages saying, "Tell me your thoughts on OnlyFans." Alissa says, "There's no amount of money in the world." Tana says, "Ha ha ha, respect it, had to ask." She says, "Ha ha, why?" Tana replies, "I was gonna pitch making you a effing bag, LMAO." She said, "How? To make an OnlyFans?" Tana says, "Yes, you'd make multi-millions, no question, and show nothing." Alissa says, "The second I announced that I made an OnlyFans, even if I posted pictures of my dogs, everyone would assume the worst, even without seeing what I'm posting. Then the people who purchased the thing would feel scammed and start a controversy. Can't win. Certainly didn't sound like Alissa was the one begging Tana, and so people had some questions for Tana and tweeted her saying, okay, but the IG DMs and OF text messages were not flattering. And Tana replied and said, after she begged me to have an OF. She continued on as others said, nah, she's 100% right to be honest. Also, it's funny you said she's lying when all the DMs she had in her video showed you being the one begging her to start an OnlyFans LMFAO. But Tana claimed Alissa had begged her before when she was on drugs, writing again, she was out, begged me allegedly to make her money on OF. So Tana was sticking by that Alissa had in fact brought up OnlyFans to her before in person. Now, someone later ended up tweeting Tana saying, honestly, the biggest FU to her is to just ignore it and let it be. She's not going to stop. And clearly she posted this at a very interesting time, which Tana replied saying, it's just sad to see the amount of lies. Tana ended up deleting her replies about the situation, but some online did end up going through past canceled podcast episodes and found a clip from last month where Tana had said that she had been warned that Alissa Violet would come after her and make up lies to try and take her down.
Got warned by so many people that like she would do everything to like
ruin you,
lie and try to take me down.
Well, I think it would be me. I was the one who really reamed her. But I don't think she has any reason to want to take me down. Remember, she didn't know who I was until a day ago.
I just like have spent so much of my life with like allegations against me that like aren't true or it, and I'm scared that's where this is gonna go with her, and I'm gonna have to like just have so much anxiety and like protect myself and like
So it seems Tana is trying to say online right now that this is what's happened, that Alissa made this video with a bunch of lies to make her look bad. And I mean, there definitely are people that are clearly telling her this video doesn't make her look good. But then there's also a ton of people who are looking past all that Alissa had to say and are showing support to Tana and calling Alissa out. People have said, why is Tana hooking up with her exes any of her business at all though? She's made it clear they aren't friends, so Tana can get with whoever she wants. Alissa dying on the hill that Tana is a liar and continuing to lie about their situation is really funny to me. If Tana got with him first, I'm so sorry, queen, but like, come on. She's kicking Tana and Brooke while they're already down. She's still a mean girl. Not much has changed. Which people have found it very interesting, the timing of all of this, because originally when Alissa called out Tana and started this whole online drama, Brooke and Tana were at an all-time high. They had just gotten off their tour. Brooke was going viral for her Clinton Kane series on TikTok. The internet was just blowing her up, and everyone had eyes on the canceled podcast. So when Alissa seemed to come for Tana, the internet was very much not on her side, and she got a lot of backlash for it. She ended up deleting all that she had posted calling out Tana and said, I took down all the videos, internet, you can happily have this one. But then when Brooke's tweets resurfaced earlier this month, Alissa popped back up as people felt she was throwing some shade to Brooke getting called out with a certain TikTok that she made.
No response is the best response.
I'm trying to sit here mute as I'm attempting to.
So everyone felt like Alissa was just taking it all in that Brooke was getting called out, but it did bite her because soon after she had made this TikTok, Talk posted Alissa Violet's racist tweets resurfaced after shading Brooke Schofield for her racist tweets. Although Alissa did deny that these were true, saying, hey guys, so these are all fake and have already been debunked in 2017 during the diss track era. Hope this helps. And after this, she didn't say a word until she posted her YouTube video this past weekend, where she was calling Brooke and Tana liars, among other things. So it seemed that she did perfectly time it all. And honestly, who even knows if Brooke had not had those tweets resurface and was still very well liked by the public, if Alissa even ever would have taken the time to make this video. But since she did, everyone has just been left to sit and take it all in, and it is just so crazy. Like, they are all accusing each other of lying. And I think in the end, it's just safe to say that I don't think any of them will ever be making up. I think that this drama has stemmed for years and years between them, and everyone is just saying what they have been holding back for years, and I don't think there's any repairing any of this. Now, whether Tana is going to say something on the next podcast episode is still up in the air, given that she deleted her tweets and might just not even want to bother addressing it as to not give Alissa any more attention. But I guess we'll just have to see, as it doesn't sound like a new canceled podcast episode will be out very soon, with the way that someone commented on Tana's recent TikTok and said, Tana, will there be an episode this week? I'm losing hope. And she said, yes, please lose hope. It'll be a second. I'll do my best ASAP. So who knows what will end up happening, but as of right now, that is what has been said by Tana following Alissa coming out to call her and Brooke out. But I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.